Okay. Oh, music is really loud in my head. Is it loud? Yeah, one sec. How does music sound to you guys? Is it loud? It's loud for me. I'm gonna do that, but I wonder if that changes it. I think that changes it for the stream too, so might need to readjust for the stream as well. Oh, alright, gameplay. Music 2. Come on, there it is. Well, it's not too bad. Okay, we'll try that for volume and see how we go. Alright, yeah, time for another stream. Turn that off for now so I don't have ultra brightness behind my head. Lord knows, I deserve a little halo, but don't need it for this. All right, so continuing with the Millennium Falcon build. Box 3 actually comes with 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. So slowly getting caught up with 4 issues per box since the first box. We're almost at the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There you go. All right, let's get to it because there's a lot of stuff to get to in this issue. Obviously, we won't go through all the stuff that's in the issue, but this one does have a really cool article about the facilities, the ship facilities for the Millennium Falcon. All right, we're working on the hold. It's again loving the fact that something they didn't do with Iron Man is have in very plain, bold text what number issue this goes with. And Miss Moneypenny will be doing box number 7, or package number 7. It was horrible. It was absolutely horrible. Tiny screw can sometimes get loose in the bag here, and if you chuck things out, you lose them. It's just a fact of life. Got a big plastic piece in this issue. Check this guy out. So this is going to be part of the hold. Imagine the 3D chess thing is going to go here. How's volume? Still a little high? Let's take it down a smidge. Smidge more. Let's do that. We've got some stuff on a sprue. Seats on a sprue. We've got a few more regular little pieces here. And then we have a little bag of screws, as we're quite used to. All right. That up afterwards. Looks like, seating and that sort of thing. And then screw-wise, we're dealing with these little gold screws. Okay. Well, all right. They give you some talk about dealing with sprues, cutting things off of sprues, having sanding tools, things like that nearby, which I do have. Sanding tools as well as a cool burr cutter. These things are great, especially for 3D printing. You can just run it across the side of a 3D print and automatically have all the brim and the skirt stuff taken off. All right. Oh, and look at that. We're going to be super gluing. Good thing I've got some of my favorite stuff. This is Instacure, Bob Smith Industries. Nothing says quality like Bob Smith. But the important thing is this right here on the bottom. Cyanoacrylate. CS. 3D printed pieces together. So I'll put this here up in the corner so you guys can look for it. Insecure Plus is the stuff I use. Available at most hobby shops. All right, take the bunk base and top plus the 8 cushions. we are going to be taking these off the sprue. This just tells about how to get this stuff off the sprue. All right. Well, when I was a kid, the way you got stuff off a sprue was by rocking it back and forth until the pieces broke off. That's good, but a little set of these little snips is far better, because basically you've got, if I can put these sideways here, you've got a flat edge and a curved, not really curved, but the flat edge right there. So you're going to basically want to put that flat edge against the piece that you're taking off so that you get a nice clean cut. Do it nice and quick, and then you get a nice clean cut. I'm going to do it here on this side too. Got to figure out the ideal place for you guys to see it. Same with this fellow right here. Piece comes off. And you can see that we still have a little bit of a burr on the edge here. A little bit here as well. And much more minimal there. For this, the sanding sticks, because it's a fairly narrow piece. So we're just going to sand that. Beautiful, nice and smooth right there. No burr anymore. We're going to sand this guy. Depending on the type of piece you're taking off, the burr remover, the bigger sanding pads, this almost would be better with the bigger sanding pad. If I put my finger up against it, then I've got kind of a place for the sanding stick to go, like so. Came out nice. And then this guy right here. All right, there we go. So we're taking that off. I guess we're just taking everything off, right? Wow, what did the cat just knock over? Knocked over, but it certainly sounded like it was a big problem. All right. Hey, the joys of pet ownership. All right. Yeah, I got a lot of stuff on this one. The trick is also figuring out what gets removed, because we've got 6 of these little veins right here. They're very thin, and it's almost hard to tell where the sprue ends and the vein begins. Let's get these two big panels off really quick. This one actually, because it's a flat surface and I've got a lot of room, I might try the burr remover on this one. And then these guys, wow, it is, yeah, it is really tight. There we go. The trick, really, in this one, it's actually easy just to get the cutters right up to the flat edge. Hey, remember I promised you some swearing? That thing flew off like it was getting out of town. I did not even see where it landed, although it looks like it's somewhere in my paints. Jeez. Okay, note to self. Oh, is that it right there? Might have found it. Let's see if that's it right there. Yeah, found it. Went right into my I have a shelf where all my paints are. That could have gone a lot worse. So here's what we're going to do. When we're about to make that second cut, we'll actually put a hand right there. We'll actually hold the piece so that it doesn't fly off like a discarded toenail. Yeah, it's interesting. The Iron Man build was all screws and fairly well form-fitted parts. Didn't have to use. There were a couple places where you used like foam adhesive to put the thing together, but 99% of it was held together with screws um, screws and form-fitting pieces. So the fact that that it requires glue for this one is kind of surprising, but all right, fine. Oh, that's cool. We're making little cushions. Okay, cool. Take the bunk base and top. Guessing this is the base. No, this is the base and top. Plus the 8 cushions pictured. You need liquid super glue and a cocktail stick. Ah, yes. A good old cocktail stick. Alright, so we do have a cocktail stick, as a matter of fact. Lovely red cocktail stick. Good. Going to glue. I'm going to glue this in here. Let's make sure, because there's a couple things that qualify as the base. Yeah, 4, 5, and 6. 4 is the bunk frame, 5 is the bunk base, 6 is the bunk top. And these two are pretty identical, although one of these has tabs, as you can see there, the other one doesn't. And it has holes where the little pieces go. All right, we're gonna glue this guy in. This stuff. Let's take some of the junk off the top here. Good. We can do what it suggests about using a little card or something to put the glue on. Do a little bit of the plastic. We'll do a little bit of the card that they provide. I don't want to do plastic. It's going to be really hard to see where the glue is. Do it on the card. Put little splits of glue there. Put the cap back on this fella. And then we'll use the cocktail stick to swab a little bit of glue into each of the holes. Let's get that up a little higher right here so you can see what I'm doing. Basically dabbing a little bit of glue, cocktail stick dabbing it into each hole. Dab, 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 and dab, dab, dab. Good. We'll set that in there, and then we'll take the cushion and we'll just drop it in. Looks good. Cool. While that one's drying, we'll do the other one. And what I did forget to do on the last one is use the sanding stick or the burr grinder to take the burrs off. They're not too bad, actually. We'll redo it on this one, or do a little bit on this one. Really doesn't need a lot because it's good, good quality or good good cut. It was a good cut. I did a good cut. We'll dab a little more glue in here. This is a really good way of doing it so that you don't use a ton of glue, which you really don't need for parts this small. And then this guy right here. It's the third one of these that I've done, and I'm really trying to figure out ideal camera placement. There we go. Then we've got our piece put together here. Like you are glued. Yes, Dr. Calhoun. Way easier. The push-in's way easier if there's more cushion for the push-in. So the other pieces look like they go up the side here. And two different shapes of end cushion, four of which are slightly wider. Really? My gosh. Okay, yeah, I see these. It is such a tiny difference, no pun intended, between the two sizes of cushions. You can kind of see, I'll hold these two up together here. You can kind of see pretty darn close as far as the thickness. Holy mackerel. So on each side, it's going to be match up the curve that fits next to the large cushions, then glue it in as step 3. Oh, come on. Really? You guys, you're nuts. How do you tell the difference between these? These look freaking identical. And what's crazy, yeah, they didn't indicate anything even on the sprue as to which is which, so that you could kind of keep them separated as you pulled them off. But this one, so let's group these. Let's get all 6 of them in here and figure out. There should be 4 that are identical, right? So let's get all these out here. Yeah, so it looks like the identical 4. My God, you'd think you'd think my hands were ginormous mitts, the way I'm manhandling these pieces. Yeah, these are our 2 small ones, right there. So we'll set those aside. Watch it land right in the glue. That'd be great. These are the 4 remaining ones. 2 of these are fatter. Looks like it's these 2 right here, and then the 2 skinnier ones. So we'll put those, separate them, basically get them separated by group. So I'm going to take a really close look at what they describe as the base on the top. So the base, there are 2 different shapes of end cushion, 4 of which are slightly wider. Yep. Match up the curve that fits next to the large cushions, then glue it in as step 3. Okay, all right. Wow, you guys have made this a little more difficult than Iron Man. And it looks like these are our 4 fat boys right here. And it's this thicker one that does seem to fit better next to the cushion. Which side? Oh yeah, much better that way. So, thick side up. Let me just double check. Always, a good idea to double check these things. Yeah, that's not good. And that is far better. Okay. All right, little tiny holes for this guy. Oh wow, and there we go. The super glue is starting to set, so we probably should pick up the pace on this. Now, who has points or who has bets on what point I'm going to start gluing pieces to my own hands? Anyone? Anyone want to take those odds? Pretty easy game. How soon will Brian glue his own fingers to the model? Oh, it's like a license to print money, that is, right there. Okay, that one fits like so, beautifully. Even nestles down into the groove, which kind of makes me confirms that I've got the right thing going on here. All right, then we're going to have overlapping cushions. Let's see. The 3 wider cushions are going to go, okay, so all 3 wide cushions are going to go on this guy. So the thin, narrow cushion is going to go on the last piece there. So let's go ahead and get the wider cushion going here. Oh, and that's officially where I glue. I put glue on a place that I know my hand is going to eventually go. Bottom here that looks like it overhangs. Nope, it's the other way around. Yeah. There we go. That's nice. Oops. Okay. Stay in place while I do the other side. And that, yeah, the point goes up top, so it's going to go like this. Woo, that was close. An inch from landing in the thing, the glue. Come on. Oh, I'd like to talk to you about your Millennium Falcon build. This is not going in as clean as the other one. And there's glue now on my finger because I'm rotating the piece. There we go. Yeah, I don't like... I'm going to put a little more glue in here because it's almost like it's not enough to keep it where it needs to be. And then I got to figure out how to push that on there so that it doesn't slide out of where it should be. Good, there we go. That is our seat cushion piece right there. While that is drying, let's do the other piece. This one's got the little thin, the 2 narrow ones to the top of the bunk. It goes like so. Let's see if it goes better the other way. That one appears to be identical no matter how you configure it. So good. I'll keep it, you know, my thumb holding it in place right there. And unlike last time, I'm only going to glue one side of this. I got a little excited and I glued both sides. But we're going to glue one side, let this get situated, flip it around, and then we'll work on the other side. And then I don't need to be as like, which way does this go? This one, yeah, see, rotating this son of a gun around. There we go. Goes this way. Gonna keep it here with my thumb. A little bit of glue in the tabs. God, I hope this thing fits together well. Screws you can undo. Glue, much harder. You end up breaking stuff to make it work. Alright, that is now in place. We now have our second cushion right there. Yay! And then we're going to test fit this very carefully to make sure that, oh yeah, that looks really nice. Look at that. That looks really, really good, those cushions together. Okay. Let's, just for grins, test fit the other way, make sure that there's only one way and that way is the best way. Yeah, that looks really good. Let's hold it a different way so that you can see inside there. Yeah, it's nice. All right. Oh wow, guess what? I had a little glue on there. One side, not on the other. So we're going to insert a little glue there and seal that son of a gun down. Guess what I just did? I over pushed it. Oh man, and I effed things up. That's all right. That's what tweezers are for. Gonna do a little fixie fix with the tweezers. Okay, note to self: don't push down too hard on the pieces. Oh, balls! There we go. The struggle is real, folks. The struggle is real. There we go. I feel like I'm listening to like the Calm app or something. I'm gonna go to sleep at any minute. There we go. Worked out just fine. We have our two halves with cushions. We get a little more of a side view there, and looks good on both sides. Beautiful. Gonna let that dry. Again, make sure when you're doing this, if you do this, don't press down in the middle of this thing to get the pieces together. Press down on the sides because you will pop things off. Helpful hint number 1. Okay, while that's going on, let's build the hold. So we've got our seats and our little ring here. Only one way this can go on. That's good. And we still have some glue. This is big enough chunk though. 5 small drops of super glue into the channel and the curved seat base. All right. Pull off our Bob Smith Industries, you know, BSI. 5 drops means 11 drops, folks. 1 right there, 1 right there, 1 in the middle, and then get them organized right there. The Anal Retentive Model Builder, ladies and gentlemen, a Saturday Night Live character. The Anal Retentive Model Builder. All right, and then we just push that together. This one, nice and easy, just basically goes together like so. Cool. All right. Optional techniques include painting, it says on another page. And it talks about like wash techniques and things like that to really gunk things up. It's nice. Finishing the cockpit. You can now finish the cockpit by gluing the parts together. Only a little glue is needed as most of the parts are blah blah blah. Alright, so our cockpit pieces. Here's our main cockpit piece right there. And it does show, like, you know, putting a little wash to make the seats grubbier. Pretty cool. Where's what else is getting added to this guy? So looks like this. Oh, these side pieces. It's actually interesting. So really, all of these pieces are getting removed, glued. Interesting. Okay. Wow. All right. This is going to be fun with big fat big fat hands that I have. So we're going to use our trusty metal tweezers. We're going to, let's see, let's adjust this for you guys so you can see better. Right there. Cool. All right. We're just going to do these very slow and methodically. We're going to pull out a piece. I think I did that already, did I? It looks like I might have, because those aren't moving very well. How about the flight sticks? Well, these guys got to come off anyway, so let's take them off. Or did I glue these? I might have glued things in. How about the chairs? Chairs aren't glued. I have to go back and look at my video. Oh yeah, there's definitely glue on the bottom there. I'm smart. I already glued things. Yay! What a smart guy I am. Cyanacrylate. We're going to get a little more of this stuff. I'm going to put some on here. And then we're going to put back on there. Find a good place to hold it so that it doesn't, I don't break some, or not, you know, like by holding this together, it doesn't break something else. You know what's funny is on screen my nails look like they're in desperate need of being trimmed, but I swear to God, they're really short. But this close up, it looks like I gotta clip them. I swear to God, they're short. They're short. I tell ya. I tell ya. It tells ya. Okay. Nice. That guy's on there firm. That guy's on there firm. I guess these back chairs come off and they're a little wobbly too. There's no glue on them already. So we're going to glue the back seats, or not re-glue, but we're going to glue the back seats. Glue on each of those. And bada boom, bada bing. And bada boom, bada bing. Let's get them really leveled out though. There we go. The Leia and C-3PO chairs right there on the back. Great. Okay. Sides are glued. Forward console and front panel before someone. That's all glued. Oh yeah, I glued it because I did glue it last time because that panel was coming off. But here's something interesting. This shows additional elements getting put into the front panel. Oh yeah. We have this sprue with these items on it that go into that front panel from last time, and it said just hold on to these and use them next time. Well, that's next time, folks. Welcome to next time. And we can look and see where these need to be clipped to get them out of here. Jeez Louise, really? Again, a situation where the not a lot of demarcation on the sprue between what's the holder and what's the piece. So, gonna do our best to figure this out. These are ridiculously tiny. Teeny tiny McGee here. Look at that. I think, would you agree this is probably a good stream if you're tired and you just want to go to sleep? Listening to the dulcet tones of Brian snipping plastic pieces off a sprue and talking about, I mean, it's like, This is probably the most Bob Ross thing ever, right? You can put a little more CA glue on here. And cap it. Cocktail stick. Alright, so let's figure these controls out before I start gluing. Looks like the of these, the curved one goes down, the straight ones go up top. So actually, I guess they're, oh my gosh, these are tiny, tiny. We're just gonna dip the end of them. I'm gonna dip the end of the doodad into the thing. Makes total sense, doesn't it? Yeah, that is... Alright, already noticing a little bit of a problem. Before... Well, let's do this here. This guy is loose. He's coming out. We're going to re-glue. Or we're going to glue him. He's not glued in. So we're going to put a little bit of glue. At the bottom there, cocktail stick. Good. Put the Chewbacca controls into the hole. Got to be careful because it goes right through the hole, and very easy to glue my finger. There we go. Okay, so now back to these sticks. This is going to be a very small, little teeny tiny sanding job to get these small enough to where they'll fit into that little opening. Let's try it first before we have any glue on it. Yeah, there we go. Wow. Okay, really? Okay. Insane. All right. Well, we've got that placed. Let's get a little glue on it and re-pop it in there. Trying to figure out the best place to support it with my hand so that I don't break something off by putting pressure on it to go in there. There we go. Oh, right in. Nice. Yeah, the sanding is key on these minuscule. I mean, seriously, folks. Take a look at the size of this piece. That, those are the controls, the Millennium Falcon controls, everybody. I mean, the even the sanding takes off, because it's so small, it takes off so much of it. You've got to be very conservative with your sanding. Plus, I don't want to break it. We'll just do a little pull sanding right there. Pull, 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 pull. Okay. And then these guys all go pointing straight up. So we're going to check and make sure it fits first. Oh, in modulation. Oh yeah, that goes in there real nice. Except chair number 1 is coming out. There we go. All right. A little gluey on there. This one's probably going to be the most difficult one to do while the others are in there. So we're going to do that first one. Let's form fit this guy. I didn't do a lot of sanding on the last one, so maybe this will... Oh, yeah, no, this one's definitely going to need some sanding. It's got a big old burr on it. Yeah, this, we're still only on issue 7. We haven't even done issues 8, 9, or 10, or 11 yet. Oh my god. 40 minutes on issue 7. That's great though, right? You want to feel like you're getting your money's worth on this thing. All right, come on, get in there, and don't break the other one that's already in place. Come on. Uh-huh. 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 Yep. Gotta get a better grip on it. Tiniest little parts right there. I feel like I'm practically making a ship in a bottle here. Gonna trim a little tiny piece off the end of this. Beautiful. Little glue. Little shmoo. Little glue. And in you go. Isn't that great? There we go. In place. Perfectly. Maybe not perfectly. So it has to be pushed in by hand. 40 minutes probably just on each of these dang controls. I'll say that. There we go. Lord. Part of me wants to just cut everything off that is going to be sticking out of the control panel, and just glue it without it going in the actual little hole. There we go. Come on. Go. Get in the hole. Such calming music for such a frustrating part of the build. It's like, oh yeah, this is really just making me really enjoy this whole process of what I'm doing here. Yeah, it's so great. Yeah, great music. All right, how's that one? Yeah, look at that. We got our 3 control sticks. Come on, I kind of want to just put just a little dab of glue around the bases, just to really cement those guys in, especially top right, because he is, there we go. That'll do, pig, that'll do. And then finally glue the tabs on the back cockpit, basically that guy. Oh yeah, this sticker. The sticker. I'm gonna put a little glue here. Let's just glue everything, shall we? Let's get a little glue happy on the Coverville Millennium Falcon stream. That doodad right there is gonna that tab is gonna slide right into this, and then those into the ones next to it. Are those coming through fine? They're really not. They need to be, this is just form fit, right? Nope. Nope, it is glued. And it's going to take a lot more pressure than I feel comfortable giving it. Yeah, that, alright, so we'll put that guy down. I see something that I can do that might help. I'm going to cut a little bit more of the, cut a little bit of, or make this opening a smidge wider using an X-Acto knife. Oh, beautiful. That's actually really good. A little bit off the top. Wow, this is, I almost feel like I'm beta testing this for the fan home guys, or whatever they are now. They're not fan home anymore. They're, there's another name that they're going by, D'Angostini, I think, which is Italian for of the lobster. Of the calamari, the Mon Calamari. It's Italian. Okay. We got a little more glue. A little more glue. Oh, let's see if this fits before I go putting glue where glue ain't wanna be. Ain't gotta be. Oh yeah. Oh, look at that. You know, folks, that might not need any glue. But you know what? Here's what we'll do. We'll actually apply it to the back and let it seep into the crevices. No sense taking this apart, putting glue on, and putting it back together when this will actually go right into the places it needs to go. Awesome. Here's what's interesting. They gave me a little bag of screws, but nothing in this issue required the screws. So okay. All right, that does it for issue 7. Yeah, D'Agostini, like the Millennium Falcon was fan home, and then they switched over to being D'Agostini. All right, let's move on to issue 8. That's cool. Talks about the Falcon and the Kessel Run. It's got the original Millennium Falcon design from Solo. And then L337. The technical station, the droid interface. God, there's some really cool parts in here. All right. Your next parts. It is going to be the technical station and the hold floor. Oh, okay. Bag number 8. Okay, no other pieces. More sprues. Got that. We got, oh, there we go. There's Han Solo's little workstation there. A little curve thing. And a bunch of stuff on sprues, including, would you look at this business? They're trying to kill me, right? Look at these little tiny pieces here and there. Oh, come on now. Come on now, what's that? And look at this little guy. It's a little tiny peeny pipe right there. A little tiny peeny pipe is what I said. Teeny tiny peeny pipe. Yeah, today might just be 7 and 8, folks. Might not do 8, 9, 10, 11 on this episode, which is fine. Okay, we are going to be... they talk more about painting pieces. Which, in this case, isn't such a bad idea. I mean, you look at this piece and it's, it's meh, plastic, right? I mean, but there's no, like, it would be nice to kind of gum this thing up a little bit, honestly. Same with these pieces on the sprue. Alright, so here's what we're going to do. This is not just going to be an assembly stream. We're going to do a little bit of painting. And probably not assembling because the pieces need time to dry. So it'll be... we'll do a little painting and then we'll do some more assembling on the next episode. Here's what's cool is these guys all nicely painted like that. That looks good. Or yeah, I mean they look like they've been washed and gummed up a little bit, but these guys right here could use a little bit of paint love. So I have my exemplar wet palette right here, and we're going to do a really nice little bit of painting on these pieces. Got a good brush here. Got a little water. Put that in the wet palette. Get things a little bit more moistened up here. Good. A little water in the cup there. And I think what we'll do is use plate mail metal. So we'll actually use a metallic paint to kind of get the effect that we're looking for here. And it's basically going to be a really light brushing on the top just to have it sit in those crevices and stuff. A dry brush, almost a dry brush. Matter of fact, I guess we could kind of do it as a dry brush. Might be better than doing the wet brush technique. And if we're going to do the dry brush, then I'm going to use my special dry brush. So for this, I need a piece of scratch paper. We'll use this guy right here. We're going to take a little bit, this is how you dry brush, folks. Get a little bit of paint on your brush, like so. And then you just, like, basically do everything you can to get that paint off the brush. Right? You're taking as much of that off as possible until you barely see any when you drag it on a piece of paper. And then what we're going to do is just really lightly at first go across this piece so that your paint sticks to the parts that are raised. God, already looks a ton better, like we're getting some definition. Gonna do a little bit more. Gonna get that on there, and I'll use the back of the model to get rid of some of that paint. And then again, a really light dry brush. And what's cool is, if it gets a little... Oh man, this looks great! Holy cow! Folks, what an improvement. Can I get a little more light on this? I wonder if you'll be able to see it. Yeah, you're getting light. You're not getting good light. If I turn it this way, you can kind of, like, you can see how in a lot of these areas we've got, like, almost like a, like it's been blasted there. It just looks really, really good. It'll be a lot more obvious on this piece right here. Because right now, that piece is so monocolored you can't even tell. So we're going to dry brush with whatever I have left on here. Might need a little bit more. Smidgerson. Also, there is one big fat stray hair sticking out of the top of this brush. Cool. Let's again use the back of this piece to get a lot of that paint off. Cool. And now we're going to dry brush on here. Go light, really light at first until you see where things are. Oh man, I'm gonna do it to this one too. It makes such a huge difference. Let's see if you can see that now. The light that we're getting off of this thing, I wonder what are we getting like? Oh yeah, there we go. Can kind of see it. It's really a matter of like how I turn this thing so the light picks it up. There you go. You can see a lot more definition in there and see where that silver is getting picked up. Oh, look at that right there. See, you can see it sharp. It's the way to do it, folks. Glad I did. Takes like a minute just to do that, add those little effects on there. But my gosh, the results, you just can't argue with how much of an improvement that makes. Clean off my dry brush. Let these pieces dry a little bit more. Clean that off right there. Cool. And we'll let that brush sit sideways there. I think the small instrument panel, that is it right there. Yeah, we'll clip this guy. And it seriously jeez. That guy's going to go right here, that instrument panel. Let's go ahead and trim it off the sprue and get this thing glued together. And I think this might be the last thing we do on this stream for this. There we go. Cut. How about this guy side? This is a tricky one because the piece, not a lot of room to get in there with the snips, but that came out beautifully. Really clean. There's our little guy right there, a little control panel. All right, gluing into place. Do-do-do, time to glue. And we'll put a little glue right here. Good. This is definitely a job for tweezers on this guy. Just to get it where I want it, and then I can push it in by hand. And voila! You can kind of see the colors a little bit better now, the gray or the silver and stuff. You know what, let's try turning off the ring light. Nope, I definitely need the ring light. There we go, instrument panel. What's the next piece? You know, there's a few things that go in the instrument panel, so let's get those. It's the three pieces I hated right here on the bottom. Boot, doot, and doot. We're going to get those off of there. Again, a little trimmy trim. And those go in those two circles on the panel. This is one where it's like there's barely anything for me to hold on to keep it from flying off. Oh my god. like these pieces as they land on my table, as I drop them on my table after I cut them, and I'm holding them so that they don't disappear, because they will disappear. Um, they look like crumbs, basically. They're so damn small. So this is, we get our cocktail stick. We will apply some glue to the opening here, and then we will take these guys. Looks like, there we go. Nice. All right. Toledo. Tiny bit of glue in there. Tweeze. Little tweeze action there. Oh, perfect. Grabbed it perfectly with those. Looks like one of them, oh, they both go vertical as opposed to horizontal. I mean, if we do want this to be screen accurate, let's make them both vertical. There they are, right there in place. Two little protrusions. And then finally, our little light goes right up here in this square. Little red indicator light. Red on air light is what this one is, this piece. Yeah, tweezers, man. Invest in a good pair of tweezers if you're doing the Millennium Falcon build. Oh, boogers. This is like some ship in a bottle level business. Alright, obviously not enough glue because this guy is not staying put. So let's put a little more glue. You know, let's just go crazy with the glue, shall we? And then this is where having a magnifying light is essential for this thing. What's that? Plastic guy cut off the other thing. There we go. Finished control panel. All right, it's let's see what else we got. Should we see how much there is left on here? No, we should probably call it in. Scott's going to be starting core. Maybe he's already started core. So it describes another process for getting the tiles where you do some dark, like a dark, basically a wash. Like there's an umber wash. What do I have here? Is that's a black? That's a black wash. Since this has to sit anyway, let's try this. Let's see how it goes. So basically, it's a matter of, we'll do a little bit, make sure it looks all right, of putting a little wash in these grooves. Let's have a paper towel ready. Paper towel at the ready. And this will be the brush deal here. So it gets them on there, brush it into into all the grooves. We'll get it like get a little bit going here, and then I can actually like brush it into everywhere else. Get it in the. This is a good way to kind of make everything look grungy and dirty and stuff like that too. So we'll get those in there. Boom, boom, boom. We'll start with that amount, and then we'll wipe it down and see how it looks. Yeah, definitely stands them out. You can see the lines where I've done it versus the lines where, or the areas where I haven't, and even the places where it's like kind of still on the tile. Look, you know, it looks used. Looks like it's worn tile. We'll like get a fair amount on here that I can kind of play around with the brush. A little excessive in places. That's okay. I can brush it where it needs to go. Let's really work this around. So, there. Ooh, this paint stinks. Really dumb it. I can go a little faster, I realized, after the last one I did to get this stuff in here. Got an area where I didn't put any, but I can move it from the other places to go in there. Alright, let's see how it looks. Wipe it off! Quick, Brian! Quick! Yeah, that looks great. Cool. Black lines there in between the tiles. You know what actually could use some of that? I'm going to do a little bit while I've got some on the brush. Although I'm going to put some in here in the palette so that I can really be careful with where it goes. In the seat cushions itself. I should have done this before I glued them in. A little grunge effect here. But one of them actually felt like it was moving okay. So I'm going to take him out. Yeah, he's coming out. And then clean him up. Okay, wash. This wash stuff stinks. I'm going to tell you that right now. Yeah, that adds a nice color to it. Let's do this guy too. Nope, he's in there firm. So we will wash him right out like this. Got to make sure to do it so it doesn't look like Chewie had a big black accident. Oh, did he go live already? Okay, well then we should wrap this up. I like to be considerate of Scott's show times like he is of mine, so. Cool. There we go. A little more glue to redo this seat. Sploop. And then we'll put the seat back in, and that will be where we will end things today. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Then we have a couple of really grungy, dirty looking seats. Kind of looks cool and used and lived in. It's nice. Clean off and recap our wash. All right, folks. Well, that is going to do it for this stream. Yeah, I kind of, you know, am at all bummed that 8, 9, 10, 11, that all this stuff is taking longer? No, because it means, if this thing went together in a minute, we'd all be disappointed, right? But the fact that it does take a lot more time, a lot more effort, I think actually improves the overall end result. So we'll cap off the paint and put the rest of these pieces in the box, and we'll do them next time. All right, folks. Well, thanks for being here. As always, you're awesome. Your support is very much appreciated. And we'll see you right here next time for the next few stages of the build.